It's called the Hippocratic Oath. I pledged myself to uphold this when I became a doctor. Do not harm is about as brief a summary that can be created for this agreement. No matter who the patient, what they've said, done, or believe in, I can never turn them away. It seems like an obvious decision to always help a person in need, but we all get tested at some point. For me, it was my son's murder. 4 years ago, he rounded a corner in his truck by my son's elementary school without paying as much attention as he should have. My son was killed on impact. The image of his mangled body on the road forever burned in my mind. The sickening crunch and assorted screams along with it. The killer walked, according to the judge. My son was not fully within a crosswalk as he crossed the street towards me, meaning the man was not liable. Absolution from the court must not have been enough to clear his own guilt, however, as the face that laid in front of me, that I will never forget, was identified under a different name. In the 3 months since he arrived under my care, he had not had a single visitor. Either he cut his ties with everyone he knew, or they cut ties with him, maybe both, and I don't blame them any for it. He arrived comatose from a cocktail of sleeping pills, pain medications, and some chemicals yet to be identified. For 3 months, he has remained this way, but not for a lack of trying to pass on. As much as I want this to end his life every day, that I see his static face to stab his eyes through with scalpels, to cut him open and remove everything but his black heart. I care for him like I would to any other patient, because I'm a professional and I honour my oath. Every day I check in on him. First when I arrived, and last before I leave. I keep him alive because that's my job. He has yet to become brain dead, so I hope he has some idea of what's going on, that I'm keeping him breathing, albeit through tubes. Because I fulfill my responsibilities, something he never seemed to understand. Hope he's at least somewhat conscious beneath his dead expression. That time is passing normally for him, so he can reflect on his mistakes and realize how much worse he is in compared to the rest of the civilized world. At the end of the day, there's nothing more I can do. I won't end his life, but I can't bring him back to this world either. All I can do is let him lay there like furniture and keep him from falling apart. But I suppose I'm in a luck in a way. I was lucky to be the first one on call to care for him. Lucky that he has no visitors, and lucky that that no one that worked recognizes the John Doe I put in his room. As the night closes in, I make sure his IV is full enough to keep him resting easy through the night. I turn off the basement lights, and I take one last look at the chart I brought him home from the hospital. To read that one section lets me rest easy as well. Do not resuscitate.